and the traffic is getting a little bit more and a little tighter.
Oh, look at that
and
squeeze.
when you start getting squeezing around there, and when you get into this area where, you know, you've got pedestrians, you have red lights, you have just a lot of people on the road right now, still a little concerned about the COVID, hard on the brakes, so it looks like he has a destination. And coming back around here, I can tell you turned onto Roscoe Boulevard from Glen Oaks Boulevard, and maybe he's trying to get back to the freeway.
I think he is, and he can too. He can get on the 5 from there. Yeah. There he goes.
Yep. Just going back around, making a big circle right there. Now, these officers from California Highway Patrol, they have parameters on where how fast they can take that vehicle or what speeds they can be going at.
You know, look at that CHP vehicle there, Stu. You see how
that guy gets a gold star for sure.
Yeah, man.
He is keeping right on this guy. And the speed still, you know, now we're getting back up into the triple digits. So that California Highway Patrol officer really on it this afternoon. These both, that officer trained professional. That guy driving the white SUV, probably not trained at high speed driving. So we always have to keep that in mind as well. Now the vehicle, again, now we're back southbound on the 5 freeway, basically just traveling spots that we've already been at. But the speeds are really starting to pick up again, and the California Highway Patrol dropping back just a little bit for safety.
Oh, so he's going south. So you're right, he did make a big loop there. So what's he coming up on?
We're coming back up on Buena Vista, so that was the area where I lost him earlier on, sorry to say, but it looks like it. Yeah, he could be getting back off. He's getting back off the off-ramp. Getting back off the off-ramp, and this is the area where we know all that traffic is, especially if he tries to go south. Now, this is the time, right when they get slow enough, if there were no other civilian vehicles, we probably would see the pit. But you can see he's kind of setting up for it.
He's inching
up. There
up.
was the opportunity. Yeah, he would definitely try to make that happen. Looks like we've been here before. We'll keep an eye on it, see where he goes. There he goes. So he's going away from the Empire Center. We're going to be on Winona. So that's a smaller street getting into a residential neighborhood out here.
You know, when we do second guess, my goodness, we sort of have to. Because we have to win absolutely on this driver. But notice, in a residential neighborhood, he's making some smaller turns or sharper turns here.
Yeah.
You wonder if that's an indication that he knows where he is, or that he has somewhere to go.
Could be. It could be, but he's definitely slowing down. You know, slowing down. He's doing 50 in a residential. That's still not good. But he's continuing on, getting back out onto a major. You got to wonder if he knows where he is, because it does seem like this is pretty convenient what's going on right there. I was going to say he's going to get blocked in, but he turned down an alleyway here. We see it, and it is wide open, so he's going to be able to pop back out onto another residential. But when he slows down, you see those California Highway Patrol just right up on his bumper, literally sometimes. And if they have that opportunity, they will pit this vehicle.
Well, they're really close now.
They sure are. Under 40 miles an hour.
Here they
go.
It goes. Here they go.
There we go. But you got to think, though, there's a lot of civilian vehicles parked along the side of the road right there. And you know that officer, that is their concern. They're not out here to, no Burbank Boulevard on-ramp. There's all this construction, a lot of detours. So folks out here, this is the old way to get back onto the 5 freeway. So a lot of folks out here, too, you got to think. They might not be familiar with the area, looking for signs, not thinking that there's going to be an SUV going 50, 60 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood.
And
he just hit something.
Dirt road.
Something, yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Well, that's, wow.
You know what?
What is he thinking?
That's the on-ramp that I was talking about. That was the on-ramp that I was talking about that was closed. So,
and there was a huge tanker truck.
Yep. Got at least a couple of wheels off the ground. Hopefully it did some damage to one of those tires.
And Stu, did Chippy follow him through that pinch?
Probably not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No. They are following.
Oh, maybe.
But they're way behind, apparently. Way behind. So the helicopter is still above it. Actually, I think there's actually 2 right now, California Highway Patrol and the Sheriff's Department. So they're both got eyes on it. They're both getting a direction. He might be getting a little bit of gain right now, but I can tell you, we saw him earlier on. California Highway Patrol was in the neighborhood. You saw different cars when he was making turns. I'm sure they're still kind of in the area and definitely thinking they're going back over here. But now we're going to be back on Elliott Drive in Grishburg. So continuing on a little bit slower, but if he jumps out now, it's going to be one of those, the helicopter's going to have to find him. Looks like we're making a northbound turn, a little close there.
Yeah, what he wants to do
Yeah,
there.
back on Glen Oaks. Back on Glen Oaks, northbound.
Well, certainly he's desperate to do a move like that.
Yep.
He must have been so close to that truck. I almost thought that was like he's going to be sandwiched. They did follow him though, correct?
No, they did follow him. There's no doubt about that. They went a little slower.
Oh,
now
is he
this is a
stopping?
little unusual. Here we go.
Yeah.
It is. It seems like, and he opened the trunk to drop a bunch of stuff out, which maybe he thinks he's James Bond, and that's going to deter the officers.
Well, look at that. Oh, what was that?
And swerving. Yeah, he's swerving.
He's swerving to
tossing
knock it out.
whatever's in the back there. Yeah, he's trying to knock that stuff out. So definitely this guy's got some scheming going on. That weaving though at those high speeds, even with that SUV that has a lot of traction control and a lot of computers helping, you just don't want to see that, especially at high speeds. If that thing starts wobbling, it could get bad really, really quick.
And it's not going to help
And then
his
what if
ability
his
to drive.
vision is in terms of looking out his rear window and it's blocked? Oh wow, Stu, this is not good at all.
It's interesting that he knew that there was something back there if he had just stolen the car.
Then something could fall out on the freeway.
Which is not going to help him.
I know, but that's endangering another vehicle. Trust me, I know.
You had something fall out.
Go ahead. You are beyond right about that. I mean, actually, I didn't even think about that. If those boxes fall out, like that one that's sliding around right now, some other civilians might just, they might swerve to avoid it. There might be an accident caused by this. So, very dangerous. And this guy clearly, doesn't care about anybody else. If somebody else gets in an accident, whatever. And he's desperately trying to get away from law enforcement. You can see that driver there, window back down. And whatever that last box is, it's really starting to hold. It's really holding on. But maybe he's sharp. We're staying on the 5 freeway. Let's go a little wider real quick. We are southbound 5, approaching the old Burbank Boulevard off-ramp. So just seeing if the California Highway Patrol nearby or getting close to it again. I do know they are getting direction, and they know where this vehicle is.
Yeah, that's, okay, at this point, it wobbled a little bit again there, and the trunk is wide open.
Window looks down because we can see him. Usually those tend to
It
window
looks like
up.
we're back on
He had it
off
down,
ramp
and then he rolled the window back up, and now he's got to have his lights on.
Just to try to, he's telling the guy in front of him, get out of my way.
That's it exactly.
Well, what is he going to do here? He goes around.
It's interesting, I mean.
Oh, there's that box. Thank goodness no one was right behind it, or it was slow enough where they could stop.
Yep.
If he knew how to open that hatchback or that trunk, he can close it. And he's choosing not to.
Right. Well, the last big, we can see some other things farther in the vehicle. So the last big box that was hanging on, it is definitely fallen out. Just giving you guys information where we are. We made our turn on to Victory Boulevard right now. Amazing to see Victory Boulevard this empty out here in the Burbank area. But continuing on very, very fast. We are headed back towards the valley. So yes, westbound. Isn't it westbound?
Well,
westbound.
Yeah.
Westbound.
Okay. It parallels the 5 there, and then it kind of takes a dip if he's heading down toward the 134. Oh, another turn.
Made another turn into a residential area, slowing down a little bit. But I just don't think this guy's going to give up that car. I mean, he's made all these attempts to throw the law enforcement off his tail. The helicopter, I just had him up a moment or two ago. They were talking about what was falling out, and they were making a discussion. Are we going to keep behind them? What are we going to do right now? But I can tell you 2 helicopters, 2 law enforcement, Sheriff's Department, and CHP. There goes a big box.
He's making a decision right now. I think that's.
Yep.
Pulling over.
Doesn't see any cops
Oh,
behind
what is
him.
he doing, Stu? He looks. Did you see?
He was actually. I think.
Whoa!
Whoa! He had a PD car. He had a law enforcement vehicle right there. He was actually in the passenger seat looking
And he's
out
going to
the
roll
window.
out right now while that car's rolling.
Yep. And he looks like he's going to be right there. But law enforcement very
are.
close by. We can keep an eye on him.
He's a better
Looks
driver
like we're
than he
going to
is
be doing
running.
some acrobats here.
Oh, he's down. No, he's laying down.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not even gonna try.
What a crazy.
Yeah, they've got their weapons on. That was.
And that officer, right place, wrong place, you guys make that decision. All I can say was enough to bring this thing to an end
Well, and
out here, and we are going to be good.
You wonder whether that you know, when he teed with that officer, whether that was, you know, a plan by, I don't know, was it Burbank or CHP that hit him?
It's California Highway Patrol that would just happen to be in that spot.
Yeah.
And obviously looking for that vehicle. But, you know, he was in the passenger seat. He was in the passenger seat just a few moments before. So he was flailing around in there trying to figure out what he was going to do. That SUV stolen. It's kind of in bad shape right there. But that suspect in custody, and thank goodness nobody seriously injured. And that, what a bizarre ending to a really bizarre chase for sure.
It really was.
You know, we had talked about earlier about assault with being the vehicle on a deputy. You just wonder, looking at this last maneuver here, if that wasn't possibly true.
Yeah, it's very possibly true. And look, these guys aren't known for their decision making. You know, they don't plan anything, and so it's hard to make sense out of what they decide to do.
All right, well, Stu, do they have him in cuffs yet? Can you tell?
They got him in cuffs. The dog is there. They didn't need to use the dog, but definitely there on scene. In cuffs and in custody. This is going to be Monterey and Myers in the Burbank area.
Well, a lot of excitement in the Burbank area. Let's take another look to show our viewers exactly how this ended. See that vehicle there? He hit that CHP vehicle. And then he's just going to let it roll, and he's going to jump out the vehicle, try to get away. And the officers are right there, weapons drawn. He didn't get far. And he's going to just lay down on the ground, and they're going to take him into custody. But it was a little collision, if you want to call it that, with the CHP vehicle that actually stopped him.
I think he tried to clip him on the back, because that's where the damage is on that back bumper.
And folks, we still don't know what this was about. There was there were a lot of boxes and items in the trunk of that car, and he just opened the trunk, and things just started falling out. And it almost looked as if he was throwing things out of the car.
All right, everybody, it's all code 4, as they say, and we're going to go ahead and move on. Stu, thanks so much.